Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 2412 with a release date of Friday, January 19th, 2024 to follow in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The following is a QST. Vandals destroy an Oklahoma radio tower. Text messaging from space is now a reality. And learn about a Cold War bunker that's still getting on the air. All this and more as Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 2412 comes your way right now.
From around the world, this is Newsline, Amateur Radio's independent, on-the-air news and bulletin service. And now reporting from Valparaiso, Indiana, here's Paul Brown, WD9GCO.
We begin this week's report with the deliberate destruction of a radio tower in Oklahoma. The tower is the most visible sign of an active radio station, and this tower belonged to a commercial broadcast station, subsequently knocked off the air by thieves seeking copper. Ralph Squillace, KK6ITB, has that story.
Country music station K95.5 suddenly and unexpectedly went silent on the 15th of January, its tower in ruins in a field not far from its Oklahoma studio. As the Choctaw County Sheriff's Office began its investigation, Will Payne of the Payne Media Group, which owns the station, assessed the scene, which he described in a Facebook video as one of catastrophic damage. The video showed the tower down in the field, its guy wires cut as a means of taking its top section down. The nearby generator had been totaled. Wires were ripped out everywhere. The transmission lines, containing a wealth of copper on the inside, had been cut in several places. Payne Media Group made an appeal on Facebook to listeners and to the public in general to be on the alert for anything that might provide the sheriff with additional clues. As Newsline went to production, it was not clear when the station with the call sign KITX would be back on the air serving northeast Texas and southeast Oklahoma. Listeners were being directed to its streaming programs at K955.com. This is Ralph Squillace, KK6ITB.
Newly launched Starlink satellites have successfully been put to the test, making text messaging from space a reality for SpaceX. We have the details from Kent Peterson, KC0DGY.
It works. Text messages have been sent successfully on a mobile phone network in the U.S. using the Starlink satellite service. The test of the direct-to-device, or D2D service, took place on January 10th using the network of T-Mobile USA. This was the first step in realizing the plan by SpaceX to bring this service to a wider commercial market. The trial run took place only days after Starlink's first satellites for D2D were launched and deployed. The company declared shortly afterward, quote, "The system works," end quote, adding that it has partnerships as well with mobile operators in Australia, Japan, and Canada. Commercial availability is expected to begin later this year, and the company is hoping voice, data, and service for the Internet of Things will commence in 2025. The premiere of D2D via Starlink comes as a number of manufacturers of smartphones are preparing to produce devices with D2D service as well. Apple's iPhone already makes this service available with the iPhone 14 in partnership with satellite operator Globalstar. This is Kent Peterson, KC0DGY.
In just a few short weeks, hams in Australia who previously held an apparatus license will become holders of the new class license. Graham Kemp, VK4BB, has that update.
The Australian regulator has sent letters to hams announcing that the transition to the new class license structure takes effect on the 19th of February. The letter permits hams with valid apparatus licenses to continue operating under the same band and license conditions as before, and assures hams who renewed the apparatus license after the 9th of December that they are eligible for a prorated refund if they surrender the apparatus license on or after February 19. The ACMA plans to check every 5 years that assigned call signs are still being used as authorized. Calls with a 1-year expiry, such as special event call signs, and those calls with a VK0 or VK9 prefix will receive additional instructions in February regarding either renewals or expirations. These changes, which the regulator announced last year, also mean that there are no fees for the licenses. The ACMA will also take oversight of the administration of amateur radio license exams and call sign issuance, previously delegated to the Australian Maritime College. This is Graham Kemp, VK4BB.
The FCC is giving greater privileges on 6 gigahertz to very low-power devices. Jack Parker, W8ISH, tells us what's going to happen next.
Following a recent FCC ruling that allows VLPs, very low-power devices, to operate on many of the 6 gigahertz frequencies, the regulator is seeking comments on additional rules that would grant higher power VLPs access to the band as well as under certain operating conditions. The rules for short-distance operation over high connection speeds take effect on the 4th of March. Businesses including Amazon, Microsoft, Hewlett-Packard, and Google have been eager to make use of this part of the spectrum, which will become home for IoT, or Internet of Things, applications. These include wearable devices, short-range mobile hotspots, healthcare monitors, virtual reality devices, and in-car connectivity. Innovation, however, is expected to rev up among businesses who have been waiting for this kind of spectrum availability. The FCC has asked for comments on the proposed rules to be submitted no later than the 7th of February, with reply comments to be filed no later than the 8th of March. 2 of the main questions under consideration are whether high-power VLPs should be given access to additional parts of the 6 gigahertz spectrum and whether a higher power class of VLPs should be established. A link to the FCC document appears in the text version of this week's Amateur Radio Newsline report. This is Jack Parker, W8ISH.
The 40th anniversary conference of amateur radio on the International Space Station features a lineup of 3 influential astronauts. The latest to be added to the lineup is NASA's Tony England, W0ORE, who is the first astronaut to transmit slow-scan TV from orbit, and the second astronaut to operate amateur radio from space. Tony joins the program with the conference keynote speaker, Richard Garriott, W5KQW, son of NASA's own Owen Garriott, W5LFL, the first ham to make a QSL from space. The group also includes Bill MacArthur, KC5ACR, who played an active role in the shuttle amateur radio experiment. The conference is being held at the Kennedy Space Center from the 22nd to the 24th of February. Its focus is on the positive impact of ham radio on human spaceflight. Winter Field Day is a worldwide event that is taking place on January 27th and 28th. Despite its name, participation should leave you with a good, warm feeling, as Patrick Clark, K8TAC, explains.
Preparedness counts more than points do during Winter Field Day, and organizers are encouraging ham radio operators worldwide to use the opportunity to sharpen their portable emergency communication skills. Snow, ice, freezing temperatures, and other cold weather hazards are part of the environment as hams get on the air using HF, VHF, and UHF bands and via digital voice. This year's bonus points are being reclassified as objectives, and anyone activating is being encouraged to achieve as many objectives as they can. The maximum power allowed is 100 watts PEP, and stations operating QRP are encouraged to transmit at less than 5 watts on CW and less than 10 watts on phone. The organizer, the Winter Field Day Association, is also encouraging the use of WinLink emails. Although the basic exchange contains simply call sign, location, class, and category, operators are being asked to consider including temperature, weather conditions, and signal reports. For details or to register your station, visit winterfieldday.org. That's one word, winterfieldday.org. This is Patrick Clark, K8TAC.
It's time for you to identify your station. We are the Amateur Radio Newsline, heard on bulletin stations around the world, including the KV3B repeater in Rockville, Maryland, on Sundays after the net at 7:30 p.m. local time. With October's eclipse behind us and April's eclipse ahead of us, the Citizens Scientists group that has been studying both is inviting hams and researchers to its next workshop to discuss some findings. Andy Morrison, K9AWM, tells us how to get on board.
Professional scientists and radio amateurs are being invited to Ham Sci's 6th annual workshop, which will present findings yielded by ionospheric data collected during the annular solar eclipse last October. The workshop will be held on March 22nd and 23rd at Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, Ohio. The Citizen Scientists Research Group will also share how it is getting ready for the solar eclipse taking place on the 8th of April. This will be a total eclipse for the Cleveland area. The program will include a discussion about how a college curriculum can successfully integrate studies of amateur radio. Ham radio has been at the forefront in much of the research being done by HamSci, which is examining ionospheric disturbances, sporadic E, geomagnetic storms, solar flares, and, of course, eclipses. For details about HamSci, its work, and the workshop, visit hamsci.org. This is Andy Morrison, K9AWM.
The World Radio Sport Team Championship has just received a major financial boost from a private foundation that will help the next event prepare for 2026 in England. Jeremy Boot, G4NJH, tells us more.
The organizing committee of the World Radio Sport Team Championship 2026 has received a $7,500, about £5,900 grant from the Yasmi Foundation to support this goodwill gathering of the world's top amateurs. WRTC 2026 will be held using 50 operating sites in the counties of Norfolk, Cambridgeshire and Suffolk in the UK. The private foundation's gift recognizes the opportunity the WRTC offers to engaging top competitors from around the globe and providing a venue that showcases the skills as well of youth operators. The event taking place in June 2026 will be the 10th WRTC. The previous worldwide competition, WRTC 2022, was held in Italy in 2023, delayed 1 year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This is Jeremy Boot, G4NJH.
Meanwhile, organizers of the World Radio Sport Team Championship stirred up even more enthusiasm and support for the event by announcing that a bronze coin, the first of 3 in a series, is being made available to donors for contributions of £100 or more in 2023 and 2024. The announcement was made on Monday, January 15th by Mark Haynes, M0DXR, Chairman and Program Manager, appearing on tonight at 8, a live-streamed webinar of the Radio Society of Great Britain. In the world of DX, listen for Felix, DL5XL, who is on the air as DP1POL in Antarctica, IOTA number AN016, from the German research station Neumeier 3. He is using mostly CW with some digital modes and single sideband. He's on the air until the end of the month. See QRZ.com for QSL details. Special event call sign AT3SM is being activated during a multi-club joint IOTA D expedition to the rarely activated St. Mary's Island, IOTA number AS-096. This island has not been activated in 6 years. The hams operating from the 26th to the 28th of January are from 3 organizations: the National Institute of Technology Radio Club, the Mangalore Amateur Radio Club, and the MIT Radio Club. They will also be participating in the National Field Day of the Amateur Radio Society of India. See QRZ.com for QSL details. Between the 24th of January and the 6th of February, Keith G3WRO will be operating holiday style as 8Q7WR from the Maldives, IOTA number AS013. Listen for Keith on 40 through 10 meters, possibly on 80 meters, and he will be using single sideband. QSL via his home call. Kevin, W1DED, is active until the 21st of January as W1DED/C6A from Eleuthera, IOTA number NA001 in the Bahamas. See QRZ.com for QSL details. Listen for Tom, NA2AA, throughout the year. He is on the air with the call sign NA67AA in honor of 67 years of being on the air as a ham radio operator. QSL via his home call. Our final story this week takes us underground, where one amateur radio club puts a Cold War-era relic to good use. Jeremy Boot, G4NJH, introduces us to that club.
A Cold War-era bunker that was one of the last to be taken out of service in the UK in 1991 has become a base for a ham radio club on the North Yorkshire moors. Like so many radio operators before in the Royal Observer Corps, the hams are surrounded by concrete walls 5 meters deep into the underground, and they transmit important information and take measurements. Now, however, its signal reports they're sending to other hams, not levels of radiation that would have followed the dreaded nuclear blast. The station GB0ROC of the Guisborough District Amateur Radio Club is underground radio at its finest. Like the other bunker sites, this location was once a secret. Now you can't miss its high visibility on the map of various amateur radio award schemes. It's part of the Bunkers on the Air scheme as BG0919, within Parks on the Air number G0003, Worldwide Flora and Fauna Area GFF0012, and Worktall Britain Square NZ60. Its video on YouTube also shows how the club welcomes visitors who walk in or, in this case, climb in, since access to the radio room requires careful descent down a metal ladder. The bunker is a restored symbol of history of a time when the world was on edge. Now its business of radio activity is simply just that, friendly activity on the radio. This is Jeremy Boot, G4NJH.
A link to the video can be seen in the text version of this week's newscast at arnewsline.org. If you have a piece of amateur radio news that you think Newsline would be interested in, send us a brief overview via the contact page at arnewsline.org. If it's newsworthy and we'd like to cover it, we'll get back to you for more details. Meanwhile, if you're feeling even a little bit poetic, visit our website to learn more about the Amateur Radio Newsline Haiku Challenge. We've started a new year and a new challenge. Use the entry form on our website and please follow the rules for the proper number of syllables when writing your 3-line haiku. And be sure to check out our previous winners. With thanks to the ACMA, Amateur Radio Daily, Amateur Radio Digital Communications, AMSAT, ARIS, the ARRL, CQ Magazine, CNBC, David Behar, K7DB, 425DX News, the FCC, HAMSI, Pun Cassidy Now, QRZ.com, shortwaveradio.de, the WIA, Winterfield Day Association, YouTube, and you, our listeners. That's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline. We remind our listeners that Amateur Radio Newsline is an all-volunteer nonprofit organization that incurs expenses for its continued operations. If you wish to support us, please visit our website at arnewsline.org and know that we appreciate you all. We also remind our listeners that if you like our newscast, please leave us a 5-star rating wherever you subscribe to us. For now, with Karen Eve Marie, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team worldwide, I'm Paul Brown, WD9GCO in Valparaiso, Indiana, saying 73. As always, we thank you for listening. Amateur Radio Newsline is copyright 2024. All rights reserved.
W8WKY. Time out.
the weekly Serenet, featuring club news, trivia, and check-ins from some of the nicest hams in the universe starts in 5 minutes. Get ready for the weekly Serenet starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
CQ, this is W8WKY calling CQ for the Sarah Club Tuesday Night Net. My name is Dustin, my call sign is KD80PC, and I'll be running the net under our club call sign W8WKY. This is a directed net. All traffic must pass through net control, and all stations are welcome to check in. We'll start out tonight with a few announcements, then we'll take a round of in-and-out check-ins, and then we'll take regular check-ins and start the net. So, at this time, do we have anybody with announcements? Please call now. All right, not hearing anybody there with club announcements. We'll start out with some in-and-out check-ins. In-and-out check-ins for the Sarah Club Tuesday Night Net. Please call W8WKY.
Whiskey Bravo 8, Victor, Mike Whiskey, Jim in Barberton.
F580 portable.
November 8th, Whiskey Sugar, Bill is in London.
Portage Lakes, in and out.
Kilo, Delta 8, November Echo Oscar, KD8 NEO, Darrell and Holmes County, in and out.
Kilo, Echo 8, Tango Lima Bravo, KE8 TLB. Good evening, everyone. Be in and out. 73, God bless.
All right, let me hold it up right there. And we got a nice list of in-and-out check-ins here. I'm going to turn it over to KD8SLG, just Nick, to read those off real quick because my computer is still loading NetLogger. Nick, go ahead.
KD8APC, KD8SLG, we had WB8VMW. Jim was the first one in there, quick keying. Good evening, Jim. We had KE8SFS, Mark, N8WS, National Weather Service, Bill, W8CTM, Carrie, KD8NEO, Daryl, KE8TLB, Randy, and NT8D, Dave. There was someone right after Jim there early on. I completely missed the call sign. I believe it ended with an Alpha Delta. Could you please come back with your call sign?
Kilo Foxtrot 5, Alpha Delta.
All right, we got KF5 ADE. Thanks there, Nick. All right, let's do one more round here. Let's see who else we have in and out. Do we have any more in and out check-ins for the Sarah Club Tuesday Night Net? Please call now. All right, we just got a dead key there. No audio from anybody, so we got a nice list of in and outs. Let's go to regular check-ins. Regular check-ins for the Sarah Club Tuesday Night Net. Please call W8WKY.
Alpha 8, Charlie Sierra. This is Gary in Fairlawn.
Kilo, Charlie 8, Hotel, Delta, Papa, KC8, HDP, Jerry in Shreve.
W8WKY.
Whiskey 8, Gulf, Mike Fox, Gary in Worcester.
All right, we got a nice orderly list of check-ins there. I have AA8CS, our fearless leader, President Gary. I have KC8HDP Jerry, and I have W8GMF Gary. All right, do we have any other regular check-ins for the Sierra Club Tuesday Night Net? Please call W8WKY.
Kilo Alpha 8, Mike November Tango, KA8MNT, Tom in Canton.
Kilo Delta 9, Juliet Sierra X-Ray, mobile in Wisconsin as a guest, checking in.
All right, we got KA8MNT Tom, and I have KD9JSX Tony there. Do we have any other check-ins for the Sierra Club Tuesday Night Net? Please call now.
This is W03X, Whiskey Oscar 3 X-Ray, John in Cuyahoga Falls.
Please copy Kilo Echo 8 Uniform India Bravo KE8 UIB, John in Massillon.
November 8 Whiskey Bravo, Stephen in Sharon Township.
November 8 Lima Tango Radio, Bill in Green on RF, the way it should be.
Kilo Golf 4, Sierra Charlie Kilo, 4PK, Mark, God please.
N8LTR. Do we have any other check-ins? Please call now.
I don't know if you walked on SCK, but you were talking like at the same time he was.
All right, thank you, Stefan. And then I picked up KG4SCK Mark. All right, we'll give one more call here. Any other check-ins before we get this thing started? Please call now. All right, nothing else heard there. Before we start going down this list here, we're going to go find our trivia master for the evening, W8ELM. Eric, good evening. How are you? What do you have for us?
W8WKY, this is W8ELM. Good evening, Dustin, and everybody that's checked into the net so far. Here is your trivia question for tonight. Well, even in this era of GPS and radar, the bridge on a ship has a pedestal to house a magnetic compass. Question is, this pedestal is called A, alpha, an EPIRB, B, Bravo, a fair lead, C, Charlie, a gimbal, D, Delta, a binnacle, or E, Echo, a pulpit. Even in this era of GPS and radar, the bridge on a ship has a pedestal to house a magnetic compass. This pedestal is called A, an EPIRB, B, a fair lead, C, a gimbal, D, a binnacle, or E, a pulpit. W8ELM, back to net.
All right there, Eric. Well, thanks so much for the wonderful trivia question, and we're going to have to think about it for a while, as we do with NCO privilege there. So we'll think about it, and we'll get back to you with our answer. But we're going to start at the top of our list, the one and the only AA8CS. Gary, good evening.
Good evening, Sarah and friends. Tuesday night time, and we are all here. Fabulous question from our master of trivia. I'll just get right to that. I was in the Navy. Yeah, you better follow suit when I give you this answer. But first, I want you to know I was a brown shoe, and for all of you that know what that means, I don't know much about ships, but I'm going to go with E-Echo because I can. Good to be here this evening. I do also want to mention the license exam coming up on February 3rd. That is before our next meeting, but February 3rd, 10 o'clock. That's going to be at the Wayne County Justice Center in Worcester there, so please make note of that. Our crack VE team will be there taking care of business. And lastly, the OCF antenna build, I sent an email out to the club, but I have a couple people that want to come by and watch and probably end up being entertained. But I only have one respondent who only has to tune his antenna. So if you would like to participate in the OCF antenna build revisited, I mean, and again, it's for all of you folks who did not get your antenna finished on the build date. So please take a look at the email and please get back to me ASAP. With that, back to you, Dustin. Nice job tonight. AA8CS. Back to net.
All right there, Gary. Great to have you with us. Thanks again. We got you down for E, and boy, there was something else I wanted to say, but I don't remember what it was. So we'll say 73. Have a great evening. Next on the list here is KC8HDP. Jerry, how you doing?
Well, good evening, Dustin, and to everyone on the net. Thanks for doing the net this evening, Dustin. Doing a great job as always, and thank you, Nick, for logging. And another great question, Erica. Thank you for that. Better answer that before I forget. I guess I'll go with Delta Binnacle. Have no idea what this answer is. Never heard of any of these things, so except a pulpit, but not on a ship. So anyway. Things are warming up, so things are getting better. Even though it's going to rain, at least it's going to be warmer, so that is nice. Gosh, really haven't been up to a lot. Hope to see a bunch of people at the VE session on February 3rd. I will be there, so come and get your first license or get upgraded, and I look forward to meeting you there. So I don't really have anything else, so I'll send it back to you, Dustin. W8WKY and the net from KC8HDP 73.
All right there, Jerry. Well, I hope you get lots of people coming and getting their license and upgrading. So there you go. Great to hear you. We got you down for Answer Delta, and we'll catch you there down the log. All right, let's go down here to W8GMF. I believe that's another Gary. How you doing?
Yeah, thank you, W8WKY and the net. This is W8. Well, I'm doing great, and made the last Sarah meeting. Enjoyed that. We had a few, actually a pretty good turnout for the simplex exercise down here at the Wayne County Comm Center. We had a lot of fun with that. Talked about it. Worked a couple of people up a little ways away from there. It was lunch day. There was a lot of rules changes this year, and I guess there's a lot of rules changes for Winter Field Day. But I haven't read the rules yet, so nothing like procrastination. As the other Gary said, I was in the Navy. Of course, I was a green striper. And P3s, they didn't get closer than about 200 feet to a boat. But Jerry is my hero, so I'm going to go along with him. I'm going to go with a D and say it's a binnacle. And back to net control.
All right there. Well, great to have you with us. We got you down for Answer D there. And yeah, you know, I worked that Simplex contest this weekend. I worked the W8WO on both 2 meters and 440, so that was pretty cool. We'll say 73 to you. We got you down for Answer D, and have a great evening. Well, let's go talk to Tom now. KA8MNT, good evening, Tom. What's going on?
W8WKY, this is Kilo Alpha 8, Mike November Tango. Good evening, Dustin and everybody else that's on the net. Well, let's see. I've been going through the answers here, and I've rolled out the first two because I've never heard of them. And C, Gimbal is a sports broadcaster, and a binnacle, and a pulpit. So I'm going to flip a coin, and I think I'm going to go with Delta for giggles. So nothing else really going on around here. We've just settled down for the evening and been on a couple of nets already tonight, the 6-meter net and the Aries net here in Stark County. And got this one and another one to go. Tuesday night's net night. So with that, I'm going to turn everything back over to W8WKY. This is Kilo Alpha 8, Mike November Tango, 7-3's all.
All right there, Tom. Well, we got you down for Answer Delta there, and boy, it does sound like it's a net night for you. Well, we hope to hear you tomorrow in the afternoon for the Boredom Breaker net, and then again tomorrow evening for the Beacon net. So we got you down for Answer D. We'll say 73. Tell the better half we said hello there, and have yourself a great evening. We're going to go talk to Tony now. He was mobile, and it's totally my bad for not getting to you sooner. KD9JSX, how you doing?
W8WKY, I think it is. This is KD9JSX, everyone on the net, and good evening, everybody. Up here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's 34 degrees, and it's damp. It rained earlier today, and it's damp. And 10 years in the Navy, I've spent most of my time in CIC, which is Combat Information Center. But I spent many hours on a bridge, and that is a binnacle with E. So I'll say 73, everybody. Thanks for letting me check in, and we'll talk to everybody later. W8WKY, the KD9JSX.
All right there. Well, thanks so much for joining us, my friend. We certainly appreciate you taking time out of your night to check into the club net, and you're welcome back here anytime. We're here every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for the Club Net, and then we're here again Sundays and Wednesdays at 10 p.m. for the Beacon Net, and every morning at 7 a.m. for the Barometer Net. So we'll say 73, Tony. Have a great evening, and we'll catch you there soon. Let's go down here and talk to WO3X. John, how you doing?
Good evening, Dustin, and all on the net. This is WO3X, doing pretty good here. Let's see, regarding the trivia question, back in the 1950s when Channel 11 WIIC first came on the air, they played a lot of the Popeye cartoons. And I think I recall Bluto had Popeye up on that area there of a ship, and I think I heard Popeye grunt out binnacle just before he squeezed the can of spinach and squirted that into his mouth and saved himself. So I'm going to go with D, Delta, because of that. Let's see, yeah, I participated in the Aries, Ohio VHF contest there, and I made, let's see here, I logged it on paper. So 33 contacts. And so, let's see, the score came out to 2205, which was actually the highest over the years. Last year I had 1043. In 2022 I had 2032 points, and in 2021 I had 605. And then after that, then I started with the North America QSO party, and I made 113 contacts there and a little over 8,000 points. So I was pretty active on the radio on Saturday there. So with that, back to the net. This is W8WKY.
All right there. We got you down for answer D there, John, and congratulations on all of those contacts there. That sounds awesome. So glad you got to enjoy yourself and have some fun there. And we'll say 73 and catch you there real soon down the log. Let's go talk to another John now. KUIB, good evening.
KD8 EPC from K8UIB. Good evening, Dustin. Almost that afternoon. Hi. Ready for the board and breaker net. But good evening, Dustin, everybody out there on the net, and hope everybody's having a good evening. And we'll start off with the trivia question. My mom and dad, they're both saying E, so I'll go ahead and take E and go with them tonight, see how that ends up. Since it's already been kind of a frustrating evening, and I enjoy the $5 dream a nickel at a time. I don't like it when I got to spend a lot of dollars, especially in the $100 bracket. Ran into an electrical problem at home yesterday, and I couldn't figure it out. Usually I'm pretty good with it, and I live in a mobile, and the heat tape up underneath the mobile keeps those pipes nice and warm so they don't freeze up, and unfortunately, the receptacle that it went into burned out, and I did not realize it. It took out a bunch of receptacles in the home, and I thought that was on a different breaker, and it wasn't. Wrong information was given to me when we bought the place 5 years ago. But so with the help of an electrician, $400 later, I got it fixed. Hi. Let me break for time real quick. Okay, that's my rant for the evening, guys. But with that, hopefully I'm going back to living the $5 dream a nickel at a time, or at least be dreaming about it tonight for sure. But with that, this is K8UIB. I just want to say thank you, Dustin, and thank you, Nick, back there behind the curtains, and everybody have a good evening. 7-3, y'all.
All right. Sorry about the electrical issues. I also had a friend that lives in a mobile that had electrical issues yesterday, and I feel your pain. I live in a mobile myself, so sometimes these things can be a headache. We got you on for answer E there. I'm glad you got it figured out, and hopefully things will stay well from here on out. We're going to say 73 to John and flip another nickel there into the cup, and we're going to go down here and talk to Stefan. N8WB, good evening.
KD8ECP, W8WKY, November 8, Whiskey Bravo here. Good to hear you, Dustin, on there. You're doing a really good job, as always. And good to hear everyone, including Gary there. And John, our buddy, nickel at a time, everyone there. I'm driving out right now getting some food. We ordered some food up here at the Noodle King on 18, right next to my favorite sushi restaurant, which is also owned by the Noodle King. One chain, 2 doors, beautiful service. Anyways, I'm going to say parapet. I believe that's what the Navy guy said. So whatever he said, that's what I'm going to say, because I always listen to authority. And I think I'm going to get this one. I just have a feeling. But having a great time with my ICOM 5100 that I bought after the holidays. I talked to you about it the other day, and one of these days we'll have to do some D-Star stuff on it. Haven't done much of that on the ICOM stuff, but I want to start learning. But otherwise, just regular radio is working really, really good on the compact antenna, which I've used for years, the compact antenna on the car. RF the way it should be, as one person says, or Bill, I believe. And it's a great day. It's a great evening. And so I'm going to send it back to you. Appreciate you. And again, like Gary said, our next session is February 3rd at the Wayne County Justice Center. You can sign up on the website, W8WKY.org under education, and we'll be glad to take your test scores and grade them and get you a license if you pass, or an upgrade. Send it back to you, Dustin. Appreciate it. November 8, Whiskey Bravo. Back to W8WKY.
All right, Stefan. Well, great to hear you out there. We got you down for answer D, and I'll tell you, I really like my 5100 an awful lot. So we ought to do some D-Star Simplex one of these days for sure. So there you go. So we'll say 73 to you for now there. This is W8WKY with the Sarah Club Tuesday Night Net. Next on our list, we're going to go talk to Bill. N8 LTR on RF, how it should be. How you doing?
Real good. Not much going on here today. Going to be helping a guy wind a RF choke tomorrow, so got that on the docket. Otherwise, working on the slides for next month's presentation on tower installations. So, other than that, for the trivia, I'll say D, Binnacle, and turn it back to net control from N8 LTR.
All right there, Bill. Well, thanks so much for joining us, and hopefully you get that all taken care of tomorrow. And we've got you down for answer D there. So we'll say 73. Have a great evening, and we'll catch you down the log. Let's jump on over to Mark now. KG4SCK, take it away.
Hey, good evening, Dustin, and everybody, Sarah members, and everybody else listening. I got to recuse myself from this question, sorry, Eric, because I, too, was in the Navy, and one morning the SOS was exceptionally greasy, and I was late for watching CIC combat, and this was the first time I ever got sick, you know, crossing the Atlantic, pretty rough, and did my business in a bag in CIC, staggered out to the bridge, bumped into the binnacle, and then over to the bridge wing and heaved it over the side. So that was what happened to me that day. KG4SCK, back to the group.
All right there, Mark. Well, we'll let you recuse yourself this time around. It's great to have you with us, my friend, and we'll say 73 to you for now. All right, this is W8WKY with the Sarah Club Tuesday Night Net. I'm at the bottom of the list, and I'm looking for check-ins. Please call now.
W3X recheck.
Delta Echo.
Wait, Victor Oscar X-ray, that's KT8, VOX, Scott, Vermilion.
KC8, Fox Queen Victor, KCFQV Mark.
Kilo Charlie 0, Lima Romeo Mike, KC0, LRM Kelly in Tulsa.
All right, let me hold it up right there and make sure I've got it. All right, I picked up a recheck from KF5ADE. I got K8VOX Scott and Vermilion. I have KC8FQV Northern Mark, and I have KC0LRM Kelly over in Tulsa. Let me start with my recheck there. KF5ADE portable there. Sorry, I thought you were in and out. Go ahead, my friend.
All right, KF5AD. My apologies, too, because I didn't hear the beginning instructions, so I kind of thought about that after a little bit, after listening to the other in and outs, and so really that's my fault, Dustin. It's okay. We'll take that, and I was listening to other things going on, so we were playing a video game at the time, and that's what kind of also threw me off. And being on a portable this far away from Doylestown, it's kind of tough. Nonetheless, I am going to put my bid in for the trivia question as D is in Binnacle, because that's what we, well, my dad was in the Coast Guard and Navy. My brother was in the Coast Guard, and so we've picked up a few things over the course of time, and that's what I almost was going to throw the gimbal, but the gimbal just didn't seem right because that's on a spaceship. You watch the gimbal as it's going in three axes, I can't say it right. At any rate, so we're going to go with D. There you go. KF5ADE, back to you.
All right there, Nick, we got your answer down for D, and we're glad to have you in there, portable. Full quieting, sounding really, really good there. Do we have Miss Sandy near the radio? Would she like to say a couple of words?
The net, and might as well get in there when you can. Not so sure we'll be on tomorrow because we'll be up in the air, and I don't think the airwaves will copy through the radio through the aircraft. So yeah, they may not like that. But we're top end of the make it in and out on Wednesday night. So that's I think that's the
All right there, Miss Sandy had a really rough copy. You dropped the repeater a few times. I don't know if you moved the radio an inch or a couple of feet or what, but it definitely made a difference there. We're glad you guys were able to come up and visit. We're going to miss you, but we certainly appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to stop up and have dinner and visit a meeting with us, and we certainly look forward to the next one. We will forgive you guys for not being on the net tomorrow. Jet lag and all that. You got to get home, get accustomed to where you need to be, and get some rest. So we'll say thanks again for checking in with us. We really do appreciate it. We were happy to have you guys and look forward to the next time. We'll say 73, and this is W8WKY with the Sarah Club Tuesday Night Net. Next on my list, we're going to go talk to KE8VOX. Scott, how you doing?
Good evening, everyone. Just going to be in quick and out, having a hard time, hard trip, a lot of noise up here tonight with you. So I just want to let you know I'm here and listening, and my trivia is going to be D Delta, and this is KE8VOX. I'll be standing by and listening. Thanks a lot, Dustin. 73.
All right there, Scott. Thanks so much for stopping in there. We'll say 73 and have a great evening. I'm going to go up here to my recheck that I forgot about. W8WKY, take it away.
Yeah, Dustin, this is W8WKY. I forgot to mention that there's a volunteer exam session this Saturday. The test starts at 10:30 a.m. At the Cuyahoga Falls Library on 2nd Street. So pre-register for that by going to our website, www.cfarc.org. Click on Education, and then in the middle of the page is a wide yellow button. Click on that to sign up for the exam. It will be a Laurel exam, so there's no test fee, just the $35 SEC fee if it applies to you, which you take care of. So with that, back to the net, this is W8WKY.
All right, thanks for the quick announcement there, John. We really do appreciate it, and I hope we get lots of people to get licensed there. We'll say 73, and we're going to move back on down the list here and talk to KC8FQV Northern Mark. Take it away.
W8WKY.
All right, Dustin, everyone, KCFQV. Yeah, we stopped down there in Oklahoma and visited them. And I said I gotta go up here and check in with these guys. Yeah, the water is dissolving the snow. Now we're making slop. Yeah, now it'll be slop. But yeah, I didn't hear the trivia, but I could just say Charlie. If you don't know it, just say Charlie. I think that what would do. And, you know, doctors are dying. I gotta go do a bill payment tonight, too. It just seems that, like I said, another week. And then I called to see about something being shipped, the medicine, and they said, oh, it's going to go Thursday, the 25th. And I said, oh, well, wait. And then I looked, today is the 23rd. I was like, okay. And, you know, the days, you can get sort of lost in them. You know, so, but, you know, you try to keep them straight. So let's send it back to net, KSFQE.
All right there, Mark. We got you down for C and hope your packages come there soon. We'll say 73, and we're going to jump on over to Tulsa and talk to our good friend Kelly, KC0LRM. Good evening. Welcome to the Sarah Tuesday Night Net. Go ahead.
Oh, KD8EPC. Dustin, thanks for getting me in there. I would have almost forgot about it if Mark hadn't come over there to ours and said something. So I spaced it off. Not a lot going on here. I'm listening to two nets at the same time. You're about two contacts ahead of Ray. You got 25. He's at 23. So just so you know, if you might want to speed it up a little bit, there. But he's got a few proxies in there, so I think you're a little bit more ahead. Not a lot going on here. Just enjoying the radio and. Actually waiting on a UPS truck to come here shortly, so I might have a little extra one to play with here later on. But thanks for running that. I'm glad I got reminded to get over here. And back to you, and I'll let you get some more check-ins, and everybody kind of keep warm up there. All right, back to you, Dustin. Thanks for running that.
All right there, Kelly, KC0LRM. Well, thanks so much for coming down and joining us tonight. It's always a pleasure to have you and all of our friends there from Oklahoma. And, yeah, me and Ray are having a friendly competition to see who can get more check-ins tonight. Hi. Loser has to run the first hour of the Boredom Breaker net tomorrow. So we'll be there. We'll say 73 to you for now, Kelly. Always a pleasure, and we'll catch you there down the log. All right, this is W8WKY with the Sarah Club Tuesday Night Net. We're at the bottom of the list here. We're looking for check-ins. Please call now.
KE8YUG, Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Uniform Golf, Josh Hayes on Lake, coming in on Echolink.
Man behind the curtain.
Someone was checking in behind you.
KD8EPC, KD8SLG, KE8YUG was checking in underneath you there. YUG.
All right, thanks there, Nick. KE8YUG, Josh, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Josh, K8YUG. I was just trying to check in. I'm on Echolink. It's the only way I can do it right now. It started cutting in and out, so sorry if I stepped on anybody. But not much. I just wanted to wave a hand at everybody. I've been listening, enjoying the show, and that was all. I'll send it back to you. K8YUG, back to net.
No worries there, Josh. I forget to leave time for Echolink there, so we did key together, but we're glad to have you there with us. All right, we'll say 73 to you and Marie for now, and we look forward to hearing you again there later on, my friend. All right, now we're going to go talk to Jeff Snick, KD8SLG. How you doing?
W8WKY, this is KD8SLG. Hi, Dustin, and everybody here on the Sarah Club Net. So good to hear everybody. Slow night tonight, it seems, but that's all right. It's a cold winter evening. Let's start with trivia. Excuse me. I'm going to go with all these Navy guys and say Delta, because I really don't have a clue, not being a Navy guy myself. So I'm going to follow suit and go along with that. It was great to see everybody at the meeting last week, as well as the dinner beforehand. It was great to have Nick and Sandy in town with us. once again, and they'll be missed. Godspeed in your travels tomorrow, Nick and Sandy. And I'm already looking forward to the club meeting next month. So there. Don't have any plans for Winter Field Day. Just saying. Here's this KD8SLG. Back to net control.
All right, thank you so much there, Nick. We certainly do appreciate you being the man behind the curtain and all that good stuff. So, all right, we're at the bottom of the list. Before we go up to Eric and get our trivia, let's make another call. Any other stations that want to check into the Sarah Club net? This is W8WKY. Please call now. Nothing else heard there. Let me make sure I've got it again. Perfect. I'm going to put my answer down as D, and we're going to go back up here, and we're going to talk to Eric. W8ELM. Eric, go ahead and give us your comments, then let it drop, and give us the trivia answer.
W8WKY from W8ELM. Not too much to comment about. We did enjoy the Simplex contest up at the Comm Center in Worcester, and had, I think, probably one of our highest scores. So always nice to get a number of people to come and participate in these events. And we'll be up there again for Winter Field Day on Saturday, and possibly Sunday, probably Sunday. Well, everybody did very well tonight. The answer is a binnacle. That name comes from the Latin, which means a little house. And what it is housing, of course, is the magnetic compass. Now, I could have gone a lot of different ways on this one. I could even now ask you which one of the four incorrect answers is housed in or on the binnacle. Anybody want to pop in with an answer?
Gimbal.
You got it, the gimbal. The gimbal is an instrument for keeping a compass level in rough seas. There are also a couple of usually iron balls on either side of the compass, and those are used to compensate for the metal in the ship and various equipment in order to indicate true north, or at least so that you can calculate your deviation. I'll go through the incorrect answers then. An EPIRB is an emergency position indication radio beacon, and you hope you don't have to use those, but if your sailboat flips upside down or you fall overboard, it would be good to have one of those to make it easier to locate you. B, a fair lead is a device to guide a rope or a cable around an obstacle. And E, the pulpit is the railing at the bow of the boat or the ship. So if you can kind of think about the Titanic when they were up there at the railing at the very front of the ship, that would be the pulpit. So I won't read all the correct answers, but everybody did a really good job tonight, so congratulations on that. This is W8EL, and back to net.
All right. Well, thank you so much there, Eric, for doing a wonderful trivia question. And yeah, we worked like a couple of stations down there while you guys were doing your thing over the weekend, so that was cool to hear that. And maybe if we get some extra time, we'll stop down for Winterfield Day. But we'll say 73 to you for now. That brings me to the bottom of the list. This is KD8EPC with the Sarah Club, or W8WKY with the Sarah Club net. We're at the bottom of the list, and we're going to make one more call. This is the last call for check-ins for the net. Please call now.
Papa Julie Whiskey, K8PJW.
All right there, I got two. I picked up WB8CXO Mike, and I picked up K8PJW Phil. Was there another station in there that I missed?
Era Charlie India, and I'll be in and out.
All right, Walter, WN8SCI, we've got you in and out. Let's start here with Phil real quick. K8PJW, good evening.
W8WKY, K8PJW. Good evening, Dustin and Nick and all the rest of the gang still listening in. Yeah, I just got back from a scout meeting. Usually the net runs a little bit longer so I can catch in on the trivia, but it sounded like a good one. So just want to wave a hand and say 73 to everyone. This is K8PJW. Back to the net.
All right there, Phil. Well, I'm glad you could make it, and sorry you missed the trivia this evening. It's been a little bit slow, so there you go. We'll say 73 to you for now, and thanks again for joining us. Let's go down and talk to Mike, WB8CXO. It's been a little while. How are you? All right there, Mike. Well, thanks for stopping by tonight. We really do appreciate it, and I want to thank you for everything you do for the radio community, for streaming the nets for us, and we look forward to catching up with you again there real soon. We'll have the first hour tomorrow with the Boredom Breaker, and then we'll have the Beacon Net tomorrow night. So come and see us when you can there. Enjoy your dinner, and 73 for now, my friend. All right, WB8CXO is the bottom of the list. I know I said this is the last call, but we'll make one more. This is the absolute final call for anybody else that wants to squeeze into the club net. Please call W8WKY. All right, I got a recheck from WB8CXO, and there may have been somebody else keying with Mike. Was there somebody else there keying with Mike?
Kilo Echo 8, Victor Zulu Alpha.
All right, I got Eric there, K8VZA. Mike, stand by. I'm going to get Eric here real quick. He's got a weak signal on me. K8VZA, take it away.
W8WKY, KE8VZA, thanks for taking my call, Dustin. I'm on 71 South, near West 150th Street, heading back from a meeting, and I wanted to pop in here.
All right there, Eric. Well, I caught about the first half of that, and then you just dropped out, and you weren't really holding the machine. So I'm glad you're coming home from the meeting. You mobile safely out there. It's wet and a little bit slippery, and thanks for stopping by, my friend. All right, we're going to say 73 to you, and we're going to drop it here real quick. All right, and we've got a recheck from WB8CXO. Mike, take it away. All right there, Mike. Well, we will be happy to take Sue's check-in there. Is she going to say a couple of words, or is she just in and out with us this evening? Very good there, my friend. Well, we certainly appreciate the check-in, and we appreciate Sue checking in there. We'll say hello to her if she's still up there listening, and we really appreciate it there once again, Mike. We'll say 73 to you for now, and you have yourself a great evening. All right, we're at the bottom of the list. That was last call, so I'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us on the next Sarah Club Net next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Same bat place, same bat time. With that, this is W8WKY. I'm returning the repeater to normal amateur use at this time, and will be clear. 73, y'all.
This is KD8SLG. If you haven't had enough net yet tonight, the watch net starts in about 8.5 minutes down on KD8 QGQ Millersburg repeater 146670, negative offset, and I believe the PL tone is 71 point something. But don't quote me on that. I don't have my notebook in front of me. Just wanted to invite everybody down there. KD8SLG, thanks. I'm clear.
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate all your help tonight. Not bad for a guy that ran in the door 2 seconds before the net started, huh?
And you beat me keying up by about 1 second of that. So, all right, man. Yeah, we'll do it all again tomorrow afternoon. Looking forward to it. KD8SLG.
That's what they call a well-prepared ham, KSFQV.
We're ready for any event. Mark. KD8SLG, clear with KC8FQV.
Yep, just like the Boys and Cub Scouts models, like the Army, the hams follow the same way, KCFQV.
KD9JSX. Any of the Navy guys still out here? Anybody know what a scuttlebutt is?
I know what it is.
I didn't catch the call sign. I caught a little bit. You were in and out of the repeater there. That's a go-to question that I have for people that were in the Navy.
W8WKY.
E8VZ and is a drinking fountain.
I picked it out of there. Like I say, you're in and out of the repeater. Yes, you are correct. It is a drinking fountain. It was the scuttlebutt was the container that held the water, and everybody would gather around in the old sailing days and tell rumors. That's that's how scuttlebutt rumors. KD9JSX.
KC3QND listening.
Hi, Jeannie. KD8SLG. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing, Mr. Just Nick?
The world is my oyster, Jeannie. The world is my oyster. Oh, I'm just sitting here for another 2 minutes before the Millersburg net starts at 9. What have you been up to?
Well, Pete and I's just been keeping our butts warm. It's been a crazy week, but hey, we survived it. And I got to be great-grandma again. My granddaughter had her baby yesterday.
You got quite the clan going there, Jeannie. Oh, that's awesome. Well, congratulations there, great-grandma.
Yeah, it was number 5. He weighed 7 pounds. He was 20 inches long, and his name is Lucas Allen.
Well, that's awesome. Congratulations again. You deserve a smile every once in a while, don't you?
Yeah, he's a little cutie. My daughter sent me all kinds of pictures. So he was just a cutie. So what have you been up to besides talking on the radio?
Not a whole lot, Jeannie. Not a whole lot. Just wrestling with the shoulder a little bit. Doesn't seem to like the cold. And that's about it. So I'm going to jump off here. Go hang out with PXM, Charlie down in Millersburg for an hour or so. So, do you have the food net tomorrow night? Who has the food net tomorrow night?
She's going to do the food net tomorrow night because Elaine has a family thing going on. She was scheduled to do it, so she switched with Josh. But Josh will be the master of ceremony tomorrow night.
Well, cool. I'll be there. God willing and the creeks don't rise or something like that. All right there, Jeannie. We'll talk to you later on. It's KD8SLG. I'm going to say with KC3QND on your final, ma'am.
KC3QND, you have a wonderful night on the net, and I'll catch you on down the airwaves. 73.
Downloaded on my computer and I never used it. I don't even know how to use it, to tell you the truth. I should.
it on this frequency. Let's go. Let them have the net.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, okay, we're going to move off. Catch you later, Carl. Catch you probably tomorrow. This is KOAL Macedonia.
Okay, W8KFW will be on the site.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Good evening and welcome to the Tri-County Traffic Training Net, which is a part of the Ohio section of the National Traffic System and meets on this frequency at 9 p.m. on Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday evenings to train traffic handlers and to pass amateur radio message traffic. This is a direct net and all traffic must flow through net control. Net control this evening is W8WKYS. My name is Greg and I'm located in Kent. Wishing to join the net may do so by giving their call sign, name, location, and indicating if they are with or without traffic for the net. And as always, if a station needs to leave the net prior to its conclusion, please let me know that you'll be securing your station or that you'll be short time. And if this repeater should become unavailable, we'll switch to our alternate repeater frequency at 146.94, which has a negative offset and requires a field tone of 110.9. KE8CSX, KE8CSX. KE8CDC. Okay, before we get started this evening, do I have any mobile, portable, or low power stations?
November 8, Juliet Kilo Oscar, Joe in Willoughby. No traffic.
Okay.
Why?
Power stations. Okay, nothing heard. Do I have an HF sideband liaison tonight?
WB8SIQ, Dawn in Vermilion, with traffic.
Okay, evening, Don. WB8SIQ. Got you in the HF slot. I got 2 for you to go to the sideband net. What do you got?
I have a single for Geneva. Over.
3KSP, good evening, Jim. First and live.
KHCTC, this is KHCTC. Just want to listen to this.
We have 37 degrees here right now.
This is KHCTC, Greg. This is Enterprise South Carolina on this traffic.
Hello, 32, so it was a pretty warm day here today compared to the last week or two. We had the single-digit temperatures and everything. Even on Monday morning, yesterday morning, it was 6 degrees here.
We'll just put both the antennas
quite a bit warmer than it was just then.
And let her run that way.
Yeah, I'm planning on going out mobile again once again for Winter Field Day. Winter Field Day is this weekend, and I'll get into mobile there, and I haven't decided where to go yet. The one I'm going out to Raccoon Park, so I won't be going out there. Of course, the park is big enough, it's really spread out enough, I would probably be okay. But in any case, I'll go to somewhere closer to home. I worked the American QSO party over the weekend, and I had fun doing that. And then on the rest of the weekend, I was listening around on the VHF contest on 2 meters and 6 meters, and I didn't hear anyone else, so that was a little bit disappointing. But I was doing that from home usually. I have gone on mobile and worked that contest and done okay, but in this case I didn't. So I guess that's it from here. Back to you, Dave.
Yep, fine. HIP. Hi, Don. I am ready to copy.
Number 4903, Hotel X-ray call. With a big November X-ray 9 kilo. 20. Hotel November Echo Kilo Oscar Sierra Alpha. With India.
Echo. I spell the last name. Juliet Echo Sierra, India, Oscar November, Oscar Whiskey, Sierra Kilo India, Kilo Echo 8 Zulu Victor Oscar, 410 Mechanicsville Road. That's 410 Mechanicsville Road. Geneva Oscar Hotel. 44041. 724-372 1959er break. Welcome to Amateur Radio X-Ray. This is the world's greatest hobby X-ray. Get on the air.
You didn't get that much up at her place. You didn't think so, anyhow. I don't know.
And
coming down here.
Fun.
Go to the doctor with me on Thursday, so it'll be good to see her. She'll get take some time off in the afternoon. With her work. That's good to see her. Okay. So anyhow, let's move on down the list here and see what we're on here. November 8th. X-ray Yankee.
This is K8GQBCLAARA repeater.
KGOB in the net. This is Whiskey, November 8th. Kilo X-ray Yankee. Bill and Weird. Well, not too much to report. I had to go help the son-in-law get his car started. I think he's got a dead cell in his battery, and he's going to have to probably invest a big amount of money to get a new battery for his car. So, other than that, that's about it, Dave. You was close. You was really close, and good hearing you, and thanks for picking up the net, and thanks for picking up me. So, we'll talk to you again. 73, Whiskey, November 8th, Kilo X-ray Yankee, back to net.
Kilo. There. Yeah. Yeah, what kind of battery? I hope we don't, I hope we get have one of them regular batteries, not one of them, one of them electric vehicles. I've seen the price on some of them. But anyhow, lots of luck on that. I had to get a regular battery for my car here earlier. I think I was before the latter part of this past year. And everything. One of them deals, you said play the radio and you don't have your car running. Oh, whoops, that was a mistake. So anyhow, I like to get one of those just a little bit better than right, Dave. Good to hear everybody. Thanks for picking me up and running the net. Not a whole lot going on. Not much at all. We'd just like to thank everybody for checking into the net on Saturday night, and I'd like to buy some time. Just want to remind everybody that every Saturday night, the Super Weird Amateur Radio Club sponsors a 2-meter simplex net, analog and C4 FM. We start out on analog, take check-ins and comments, then move over to C4 FM for check-ins only. Then we revert back to analog and close out the net. Everybody is welcome to join in. Everybody is encouraged. That's every Saturday night at 9 o'clock p.m. on 146.535. Again, 146.535. So that's about it from here, Dave. So turn it back to you. NAGOBN the net from W8WKY.
W8WKY.
Frequency in my radio. Another Ham and I had been getting together on that frequency and everything. Yeah, kind of like 8:30 in the morning. Have been making contact with there for a while. But a lot of times at that time on Saturday night, I get a little sidetracked watching that RFD TV on cable. Kind of try to see if I can get over on that frequency there. I'll have to catch Bill on there because I've got a vertical. I don't have a base to get down there on simplex. I did it one time. Thanks for being there. Okay, let's move on down the list here. And W8WKY. Good evening, John.
Good evening, Dave, and all on the net. This is W8WKY. Let's see, regarding precipitation, so far up to 1.84 inch, not counting what we call
January.
And I glanced
Figures
at
22.
and it looks like it's less
Figures
than
2000.
so far today. Let's see.
Initial group Victor India Alpha.
VHF contest there, the Ohio VHF contest. I contacted KHGQB on all 3 bands, 6 meters, 2 meters, and then later, let's see what time was that, at 11:36, I got them on the 70 centimeter band, 446.025 megahertz. So I made 33 contacts on that contest, and then I went and did the North America I registered yesterday, and I used geocaching toolbox to project, to get the coordinates of where I'm going to be, and there's a geocache about 700 feet north of where I'm going to be parked, and and so I put in, I did a couple of attempts on the geocaching toolbox, and so I used 700 some feet and 182 degrees. And so if you go off that site and zoom way in, it's pointing exactly where I'm going to be. So I did a better job this year of getting that established than I did last year. It was a couple streets over. Where I'm going to be is on the parking lot on the west side of Cyril Street, S-E-A-R-L, and that's it's about 100, at least 100 feet higher than where I live, but I'll just be using ham sticks, and I'm going to try to do 6 bands and 6 hours. So we'll see how that goes. And I charged up some batteries here too. Last year I ran the car battery down running the radio. I'm going to use a different radio this year, and I'll just be logging on paper. That's my plan there, and I'm registered and I'm getting the antennas ready. So with that, back to the net. This is W8WKY.
This is KHDQVCLAARA repeater.
John, fine business there. Lots of luck here on that. I understand what you mean about running the battery down. I did that, just listen to the radio one time, waiting in line for dinner on one night. So, understand that. It must have been the original battery in the car when I bought the car. I had the car a couple years or something like that. So it was 29 Buick Encore. I went listening to the radio when it started up. Good luck. That's the way it goes. Hey, thanks for being there. Next on the list, November 3 X-Ray Charlie.
Please use CL162.2.
Hey, GOB, this is N3 X-Ray Charlie Tom here in Western Point, Beaver County, and just want to say hello to everybody this evening. I'm glad somebody brought up about the Winter Field Day. Yeah, I like to do that. This weekend, this might be the weekend to pitch a tent and get outside instead of trying to run. Winter Field Day has been kind of like, yes, battery. Oh my goodness. That reminds me this past summer, the wife and I went to the drive-in, had the radio on, listening to the movie, and when everything was over, the battery was dead. Well, that's embarrassing, that's for sure, but thank goodness they have people that go around and for just that kind of emergency. That's for sure. So anyway, looks like it's going to be nice and warm here come on Thursday. They're saying in the 50s, but it's going to be a little bit wet, but I'll take that over a lot of snow and 0 temperatures, that's for sure. Okay, Dave. I'll send her back to you. Nice job as always doing the net. Everyone have a great evening. 7-3 all. NAGOB. This is N3 X-Ray Charlie.
5 minutes, yeah, Thursday there. The daughter needs to come down. There was an accident way out. Gone there. Yeah, she's going to give her a break from work. See what happens on that. Okay, next on the list, KDHZXS. Bill, you're calling. Well, fine business. Good to hear you in there again tonight. Hope things are going well your way. Okay, we're down at the bottom of the list. Further checking.
NAGOB. Here's Kilo Bravo 3, Victor Sierra Papa, Dan, Beaver County, PA. Good evening, Dave. Good evening to the net.
And fine business. What do you got for the net?
NAGOB, KB3, VSP. Good evening, Dave. Good evening to all on the net. Sounds like you have a fine list here going. And, yeah, I got a little out of sync here tonight, checking into this net a little bit later than usual. But anyway, glad I caught you. And, yeah, not too bad over here. 36.7 degrees, and all the rain went north of us. I got 0.04 in the rain gauge, and I think that it might have just been snow melting through the rain gauge out there. So, yeah, we didn't get anything but a little bit of drizzle over here. So there was none of that ice business in the morning or anything like that. So we'll take it. And it looks like the rest of the calendar for January is going to be pretty decent. Not too many very cold nights even. So giving that wood burner a break there. It worked hard there for 10, 12 days in a row. So it's on break now. We're letting the heat pump run. And what else? Winter Field Day. I don't know exactly what we'll do for Winter Field Day. Sometimes we just go out and set up a radio in the shed and turn the heater on. Pretend we're outside. But anyway, we'll see if the mood strike will be there come the weekend. That's it from here, Dave. Back to you. NAGOB, KB3, VSP. 730.
Dan, fine business there and everything. Yeah. He gave a couple contacts there for IoT VHF contacts there this past weekend and everything. And other than that, we didn't really do too much there. Kind of helped the other guys out. Kind of there. I think kids group from Columbiana came out to the Star site that one of our members has. They worked the contest out here, Low Miller Road and 172 West Pleasant. Kind of good to see the kids kind of get in on that and everything. So I just worked from home there and give them a few points. So yeah, that's the way that is. Okay, thanks for reading. Any other check-ins? Any other comments or queries? Anything for the good of the net?
KG8RM with Urban.
Your comments, how's things your way?
Things going good over here at Woodhill Holler. Out in the village. Usually I have a Tuesday night net on Echolink. So we have to change the schedule tonight. And I just started set the radio for tomorrow night's net in Minerva. And that was the session, so I thought I'd just give it a listen. Glad we could join in with you tonight, and maybe sometime later in the year, further down the road, get my Tuesday night schedule changed. So I'll know where to go for my interstate, but so everything's well here, and we just want to give you notice of the numbers, and maybe we'll see you tomorrow night on the car set. So with that, we'll say 7-3 all around, and KG8RM and KG8.
This is KHJQBCLAARA repeater.
Hey, good to hear you in there. Hope things are well your way and everything. And, well, we'll catch you tonight.
Well, it's warmed up and it's raining, so now it needs to get colder so it can freeze again, so we can all slide around. The other day, I come out, it was 17 degrees. The truck wouldn't start, the car wouldn't start, but the diesel tractor decided it wanted to start. So we had an interesting day. And with that, return back to net.
Okay, fine business. Well, that's the way it goes sometimes. That's what we're commenting about here. We're talking about batteries here a little earlier. Yeah. Remember, right? It was in December. We had trouble getting our car started there because we run the car radio and didn't run the car one time. So that's the way it goes. But we got a new battery in now, with a little bit better one than was in it. So yep, nice and warm now, and yeah, nothing like a little bit of that mud. Any other check-ins, comments, or queries? Good, isn't it? I want to thank everybody for checking in there this evening. Hope you come back and join us there next week. So this time we'll go ahead and close this net at 21:29 local hours. Turn the frequency back. Have a dream.
This is K8GQVCLAARA receiver. W8WKY. W8WKY, repeater PL1 14.8. W8WKY.
This is KHGQBCLAARA repeater.